After this crash at Rowrah, things took a turn we really weren't expecting. The crash cost us the race, the points, and our vice champion position. With the points we lost, we needed a miracle to get it back at the next round. While Zach was in hospital having CT scans, Motorsport UK took his licence 19 days before the next round, and we had to win the race against the clock to get it back. In this video, I'll take you through exactly what happened, the Motorsport UK rule that caught us out, how we fought to get Zach's licence back, and what every parent needs to know if this ever happens to their driver. Zach's race ended there and then, a DNF that cost us valuable points. On track, he was placed on a spinal board as a precaution, and he hated every second of it. He had to stay strapped down until the results of the CT scan came back clear. That meant missing the final completely, because we were still in hospital having scans to rule out any serious injury.
You hit the barrier. Do you know what mile per hour you were going when you hit the barrier?
This video is an impactful one, and it's meant to be. We want to hit home just how real the risks in motorsport are, and why this policy is so important. It's there to protect drivers, especially young ones, and to make sure they're truly fit before getting back on track. Safety has to come first, no matter what's at stake. Okay, I haven't got any mics on at the moment because I'm walking to West Cumbria Hospital. Zach's had a big crash. He's been put on a board, and they're bringing him into the trauma centre. We think he's okay, but we'll see how we get on. So I'm trying to head myself to the emergency department. What I can say is, oh my God, those track paramedics are amazing. I've never had to spinal board my own child before, but it's a first for everything. So you're not going to get a lot of video on this one, but we do what we can do. Emma's with him in the ambulance, and I'm trying to find the A&E department where they've got the trauma team. They're just concerned about his neck, because he's got... And here they are, coming in. It's not what I was expecting to have on a race weekend when we was currently sent as vice championship winners, but that's not going to happen now. When we eventually returned to the track, we were told to hand over Zach's race licence. Motorsport UK had invoked the concussion rule and issued an automatic 21-day suspension. We had no idea they could do this, and we certainly weren't prepared for it. For parents watching, here's what that rule means. If an official believes a driver may have suffered a concussion, or if there's any doubt, Motorsport UK can suspend their licence on medical grounds for at least 21 days. It's not a punishment, it's a safety precaution to make sure they're fit to race again. Without medical clearance, you can't compete during this time. The driver's helmet may also be taken to hospital for inspection. If it's not, make sure you take it to the medical yourself. We were surprised because we've never personally seen this rule applied before, and this was Zach's worst crash ever. We've seen similar incidents where the rule wasn't invoked, but since this happened, I've heard of at least 3 other drivers having it done to them. I think the Nationals are enforcing it more, and it won't be long before club rounds follow suit. Zach was adamant he hadn't lost consciousness, and our next championship fell just 19 days later, meaning we'd miss it unless we could get everything sorted before then. We also gathered vital video evidence, including trackside footage taken straight after the crash, showing Zach fully alert and communicating with the paramedics, and a second video filmed the evening after the crash, where Zach clearly and calmly described exactly what happened and what he remembered. Both clips proved he was conscious the whole time. Once we had all the paperwork, we sent a detailed email to Motorsport UK explaining our evidence and the urgency. They responded quickly and booked Zach's medical assessment for the Monday before race weekend. The medical staff were already briefed. They knew it was a race against the clock to get Zach cleared in time. The assessment lasted around 2 hours. It covered reaction speeds, balance, coordination, memory recall, and reviewing all the footage and reports. The very next day, Tuesday, we got the email we've been waiting for. Zach's licence was reinstated, and he was officially cleared to race. It was stressful, expensive, and right down to the wire. But it's proof that when this rule is invoked, every single day counts. It's important to remember, this rule exists to protect drivers. Motorsport is dangerous, and accidents do happen. Even if you believe your driver hasn't lost consciousness, the concussion rule still applies, especially for minors. So what do we learn? Understand the Motorsport UK Concussion Rule. If your child has a big crash in karting, especially at national level, Motorsport UK may apply their concussion rule. What it means: if an official believes your driver may have suffered a concussion, or if there's any doubt, their race licence can be suspended on medical grounds for a minimum of 21 days. This isn't a punishment, it's a safety precaution to make sure they're fit to race again. Without medical clearance, you can't race during this time. What happens next? You'll be asked to surrender the licence immediately. Your driver will usually need hospital notes and or CT scan results to prove they are safe to race. The driver's helmet may also be taken to hospital for inspection. If it's not, make sure you take it to the medical assessment yourself. Motorsport UK will require a full medical assessment when they're approved specialists before reinstating the licence. What should you do straight away? Get all medical paperwork before leaving the hospital, including discharge notes and scan results. Gather video evidence, especially footage showing your driver alert and communicating straight after the incident. Act fast. The clock starts immediately, and you'll need to arrange assessments quickly if you want to race before 21 days are up. Legal advice. You don't usually need it, but if you do, be aware it can be very expensive. Why this matters now? We'd never seen this rule applied before, but since it's happened to us, we've heard of 3 more cases, mostly at national level. It's likely club racing will start using this more too. The key takeaway? When this rule is invoked, every single day counts. The faster you gather evidence and get medical clearance, the sooner your driver can get back on the grid. It's important to remember, this rule exists first and foremost to protect drivers. Motorsport is dangerous and accidents do happen. If there's even the slightest chance a driver has been unconscious, you must take it seriously and follow the process. And this is all about concussion. Even if your driver doesn't lose consciousness, if there's any suspicion of concussion, the rule will be invoked. We fully agree with the rule, and we fully agree that it was right for it to be invoked for Zach. Even though we believe he didn't lose consciousness, the rule still applies, especially for minors. From the moment it happened, we worked closely with Motorsport UK to get the licence back. It's not our decision to make, it's up to the medical professionals, and their role is to make sure the driver is fit to race again. We were lucky in our case to get the licence reinstated in time. But that's because the timing of our next round meant we had to push. If we weren't racing within those 21 days, we wouldn't have rushed the process. We would have sat it out and let the full suspension period run. You must pay attention to this policy, because if it's ever applied to your driver, the way you handle it will make all the difference. As parents, seeing your child have a crash like this is not nice. You're dealing with the shock of the incident, their well-being, and then the added stress of the suspension and medical clearance. It's not a situation anyone wants to be in, but the policy is there for the right reasons, and we have to respect it. No trophy, no points, no championship is worth more than your child's health. Respect the rule, work with it, and put safety first. This crash ultimately led us to lose our vice championship position, but it doesn't matter. Zach walked away without a scratch. He was very lucky, but I know there's others out there who weren't so lucky, so I respect this rule. Thanks for watching this video. I know it's impactful, but I hope it helps.